I'm live. No V-neck, no shave, no fucking JJ. Can't get better than that. I usually go for my shaves at Tuesday. I think Tuesday. But I didn't do it today. Or is today Tuesday? No, today's Monday. No, yeah, I think I do one on Monday. No, I think I shave and then get a new one on Monday. All right, we're here. Damn, a lot of people here. Our Terry's here, Natty's here. Joe is late. Must be eating a last minute hot dog. Yeah, with the hot dog with a vein. Gavin, what's up, buddy? I'm glad everybody came. Couple things. JJ's not here, which is a good thing. Saturday night. Was in one of the moods. Out all day, fucking around, doing shit. And come in the house, I think it was like 6 o'clock. First thing I did, ripped my wife's panties right off the second I walked in the door. Right the fuck off. Because they were really, really tight on me. I fucking couldn't get comfortable. So, yeah, I had to get them off. They were really fucking bad. Real tight. No, you guys didn't get that one either. Of course I'm a fucking legend. Terry, you like that one, huh? No one ever gets that one. But it is a true story. Why would I lie? So speaking of my wife, right? She says, I want to watch the Virginia game on Saturday, but I got my balls on Duke. She's like, I know, but just don't root out loud. Anyway, she wanted to go golfing. So took her to the course that we're members of. And there was like a fucking swarm of bees. I mean, like fucking crazy. So boom, of course, you know what's going to happen. She's going to get fucking stung, and she gets fucking stung. So I go over back to the clubhouse, go over to the starter there, and I said, look, pal, I said, got a little issue here. My wife just got fucking stung by a bee. And so he's like, where? And I said, it was like somewhere between the first and second hole. And the guy's like, well, maybe her stance is too wide. I said, yeah, that could be it. Yeah. So that's what happened to my wife. She got stung by a bee between the first and second hole because her stance was too wide. Do I do jokes today? Because I don't really feel like talking about sports. Which, by the way, you fucking idiot motherfuckers that email me, okay? Here's the one. Fax, I got a question for you. You said that TCU was not only going to win the game outright, points were for pussies, that they're a better team, they're going to win. Why wasn't like that your best bet? So I'm like, look, I do a thing with money line bets, okay? And when it comes to money line bets, I've been doing them for a long time. The way I look at money line bets are, I kind of try to find a situation where the team where I'm not taking the points, where I'm getting odds, have a better than 55 or 60% chance of winning the game. I'm not laying juice, so instead of laying 110, I can get 150, 160, 170, 190. It doesn't really matter, and I'm going to do that. So I always look at it like, if I make 20 money line bets in the course of a year, let's just say I'm 12-8, and that wouldn't be good. I would be disappointed. 13-7, yeah. 14-6, yeah. I mean, because I'm good at this shit, you know. But if I go 12-8, okay, and just say my dog on average is plus 150, bet 10 grand a game, okay. If I bet 10 grand a game, my numbers would look like I would win. How much would I win? I win 180 grand. I did 7-12, yeah, I win 180 grand. If my juice is plus 150, we're just doing low end juice, plus 150. I'd win 180 grand. I'd lose 80 grand because I'm not laying juice. I wouldn't be laying juice if they lose because I'm taking money line. It's $100,000 a year making fucking 20 bets a year. That would be insane for me not to ever just do that and nothing else. It's just like turning around and open somebody. It's like winning the fucking lottery for life, and somebody saying, "Look, you get $100,000 a year for the rest of your life." Right? I mean, and that's only going 12-8. And fuck, I mean, 12-8's pretty. Same with teasers, right? Like My teasers are really, really good. I'm not the greatest at it. Factsman's not teasing my own. This guy is the real deal. If you don't listen to him, you're stupid. Tell him, Mike. Fucking Mike. And I'm gonna have one this week, right? That's gonna make your fucking dick hard because I already seen it. I already looked at it. I already loved it. Moneyline's not out yet. I couldn't bet it yet, but when it comes out, we're gonna talk about that probably Wednesday or Friday. So I'm saying with teasers, if I make 20 teaser bets a year, I'm looking to go 14-6. I go 14-6 on teaser bets. Let's just say the 10-point teasers minus 110. I know some of you lay 120, 10,000. 10,000 a fucking teaser. Go 14-6. That's a $74,000 a year job. Just making teasers. And that's going 14-6. Fuck, if I lose 6 teasers in a fucking year, there should be an investigation. That would be hard. How the fuck I gotta do better than 14-6, adding 10 points to bad lines to begin with. I mean, I'm not saying I haven't had bad, years with them, but I think on average, that's the kind of criteria I go for. So that's $174,000 a year for doing nothing. Yet I'm doing this fucking videos for nothing. You see something wrong with this? Speaking of which, I can't mention the company name, but you guys know it. I get a Zoom call on Friday. Vice president of one of the local U.S.-based sports book, asking if I want a job. It's like, fuck, I don't work. I mean, what do you mean if I want a job? So, well, our company is we're getting hit real hard on these correlated parlays that we're promoting, and it's just a certain group that are betting it, and the people here, they don't, like this particular sports book, don't take round robins. But you can bet 3 2-team parlays. Like the computer won't accept the round robin. So instead of betting like 3 parlays of 2, it won't take it. So these people are getting all confused. They're like, I need someone to come in, open the draw, close the draw, just keep an eye on the correlated bets. I need an assistant manager. I seen an assistant manager. Motherfucker, I was a manager of a fucking sports when I was 20. You want me to be an assistant manager with these people who don't even know they're alive? That got this job at a job fair? No way. No, it could be very lucrative. Well, yeah, it could be lucrative because I'm not allowed to gamble there. It'd be lucrative for you. And then second is, fuck, I don't wear shirts and ties and answer to people. And I occasionally don't like to shave. And I'm not really good at taking orders in direction. So, I mean, unless there's a bunch of fucking zeros and you let me come to work with fucking V-necks and Bermuda shorts and flip-flops, then we could talk. Other than that, fuck you. I ain't working. Tell him Ron Jeremy needs to take his place while he's in the slam. You just send your bulb to your favorite son. Terry, I would sell him. I don't think he's got hair on his balls. I'll be real honest with you. It must take him fucking 6 years to get that little facial hair he's got on his face. I don't think he's got any cock hairs. I'd be honest. I don't think he does. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm not that I know or check. I know he's got a little dick because his wife told me, but I do not think he has any. He might have like strings, like straw hairs that people have, like them. I don't think he's got any. The Balber's been doing well. The Balber, people are enjoying it. They're getting very smooth shaves, so I'm happy about that. When they come up with another check, we'll do another promo for him. Other than that, fuck them. You know what I mean? It's all about the Benjamins. All right, so I'll do a little recap of my week. My week is kind of so last Monday, go 2-0. Cowboys first half. Cowboys game. Start the week off real good. Dick gets real hard. We're all excited about the game. Thursday and Friday, I split my games. I think these are member games, but I know I think you guys know I did real well in the videos. Saturday, I think 2-2. Sunday 2-0, and so I'm like something like 7-3 with them games. I know yesterday another big day in the NFL for me with Kansas City and first half Dallas, or Dallas for the game. Who was it first half Dallas? Who did Dallas play? Redskins? Dallas played Redskins, right? Yeah. No, yeah. I told you that's that. Dallas was good. Yeah, Duke was a rocking chair. I figured that. So yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good week. I think the games we discussed here. I think we discussed some games. Yeah, Phil, I can't help it. They're the fucking Redskins. Can't help it. Yeah, Dallas 1.5. You know what? That line actually dropped. I did bet them for the game as well. Someone asked in here, do I bet them for the game? I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, if we're gonna have a decent lead at the half, I mean, the Redskins fucking blow. Why wouldn't we do that? So yeah, I mean, the recap was okay. I mean, like I said, TCU was really good. I mean, Facts. What's your approach on Baccarat, Daniel? To be honest with you, I've learned this. To pay 5% to play banker is the fucking silliest thing in the world because it's not worth the 5%. I'm not a guy that it is a street game. That's why you see the agents with the fucking pencil and paper, even though there's the thing on the board lit, they still write this shit down. I don't know why. Maybe they don't trust it. I don't know. Um, I learned that I speak Mandarin by playing that fucking game. You know, um, the I don't know. I mean, like I'll play banker if it's streaky. You know, there's still stuff that happened the other day. I should have read the directions first. Then I realized, let's just say that it tasted like shit. Yeah, it does taste like shit. It does. Bob, it does. But you know what? I think you're supposed to take some of that Seneca with that. They were telling me. Where can I get a 10-point teaser in Vegas? Never have I ever seen this. Kevin, I think they're all over Vegas, to be honest with you. I mean, when I was working in Vegas, they here we go. Don't even acknowledge him. Don't even acknowledge him. He's not here. Um Anyway, I'm pretty sure you can. 10-point teaser. Like I said, a lot of places have trying to got away with it, laying 6 to 5, making it like 120. It makes it really tougher. You're gonna have to win an extra teaser every year to do it. But I mean, I've done it, you know, but luckily I don't have to. With certain places that do take it. His ears are ringing. You're being weird again. Don't make me break. I know exactly. See, this fucking kid wants to come in here and talk analytics or fucking say I'm weird because I'm talking about my wife getting stung in the taint. I mean, by a bee, it happens. I mean, what the fuck? You know, like I say, we just better off ignoring this prick. I'm being really funny. Anyway, how about we do a joke or two before we get into some? We did some recap. Like do a couple of jokes and maybe a story. Which ones? I'm trying to think of like a really good joke that I haven't had in a while. Guy goes into a bar, tells the bartender, "Give me a drink." He starts crying. Bartender says, "Fred, what are you crying for?" It's like, "Oh, you don't understand, Mr. Bartender. My fucking life's in shambles." "Why is your life in shambles?" "I just found out my oldest son is gay." It's like, "What?" "Yeah, my oldest son fucking takes in the ass. He's gay." It's like, "Oh man, that sucks. I'm really sorry to hear it. Just try to relax. He's still your son, bottom line." The week later comes back in, same bar, around the same time, comes in crying like a fucking baby. "But this pal, you starting over that? I mean, wow. I haven't seen you in a week. You're here fucking crying again." So, "No, Mr. Bartender, you don't understand. I found out my youngest son is gay. He likes the fucking Tootsie Roll too. He fucking takes it in tonsils. My fucking youngest and my 2 kids are both gay. They both bob on the cob." He's like, "Man, pal, I'm really sorry." He's like, "But just out of curiosity, don't you have any kids that like fucking pussy?" He says, "I didn't tell you about my daughter." Okay, that was pretty good, I thought. Anyway, then I'll get to my roulette approach in a bit. I have to go to work, Facts. I have to catch the rest of the show when I get home. Looking forward to it, though. Your sense of humor makes the day great, my friend. Glad, Kevin. It's about having fun, right? I'm not going to sit there and talk about this shit that my son talks about. The risk on investment is this: your ROI, your DOA, your fucking, fuck him. I'll try one more joke. If I can remember this one, it's a really funny joke, and I might need your help on it. So, because I know you've probably heard this before, it's an old one, but if anybody knows it, just help me if I forget. This guy walks in, speaking of bars, because I mentioned about bars, I'm thinking about fucking jokes. So, a guy walks into a bar and he doesn't realize it's a gay bar. So he's sitting down there and just minding his business, and the gay guy comes up to him and he says, "Hey, I got an idea. I want to play a game with you under one condition. If you ever played the game, you got to tell me." Straight guy says, "All right, sure." Gay guy goes in the back room, gets a bowling pin, takes a bowling pin, sticks it in the straight guy's ass. Straight guy says, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was a bowling pin. What are you putting a bowling pin in my ass for? Okay, guy said, I thought you said you never played this game. I said, well, I didn't. He says, you know the rules. If you ever played the game, you got to tell me. Straight guy says, look, I mean, I seen the bowling pin in your hand and fucking fell to my ass. I mean, I just assumed it was a bowling pin you put in my ass. Comes back and he gets a baseball bat. Tells the straight guy, move over, bend over. Takes the baseball bat, puts the baseball bat right in the guy's ass. Straight guy says, hey, what the fuck are you doing? That's a baseball bat. Gay guy said, I thought you said you never played this game. He says, well, I didn't. He says, well, how'd you know it was a baseball bat? Gay guy says, we're going to do this one more time. So he goes in the back, goes into the bathroom and gets one of them, to unclog the toilet. One of them, what do you call that shit? In the bathroom. How many of you said plungers under your breath or out loud? Because if you did, you played the fucking game. Over under 20 people said plungers. Of course. Natty played the game. You know you fucking guys played it. How come they all gonna fall for that? They all fall for it. Ryan played the game. Natty played the game. Mikey played the game. Ryan played the game. Fucking people fall for anything. That is a pretty good one. And I never not get anybody on that fucking joke. So speaking of plungers, yeah, maybe I should try to get a sponsor for for plungers for people that take big dumps. I get what's his name, Keg, because he must take some monster shits. That fucker. I love Keg. He's awesome. All right, got one story for you. Then we'll get talking to sports, whatever. Because I'm 16 minutes in here and we're just jerking off. Notice plunger. Probably not. I was in Vegas, I don't know, about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and my limo driver was taking me to Caesars. I might have told the story before, but it's really, really funny if I did. And he says to me, he says, so you're here for the AVA convention, AVA Awards? I want to know what that is. It's that American Video, Adult Video Awards. It's where they have like the porn, it's like the porn fucking, Oscars. It's like best porn, whatever. So I bet, Keg, that's good though. Nothing to be ashamed of. You know what I mean? You go there and you own that shit, so to speak. So so he's telling me, I'm like, no, I'm just here to bet football for the weekend. I'm not, I got shit to do. So I was like, now I feel like weird. I'm like, this guy thinks I'm some kind of degenerate that I'm coming in here for like a fucking adult award thing. Check into my hotel, and I don't know, I think I take a nap or something, a long flight, and then I come downstairs, and lo and behold, I brought my had a Yankee shirt, an Aaron Judge shirt. See my Capitals, grade 8, Ovechkin, man. So just out of coincidence, I had an Aaron Judge shirt on, right? It's nice and it's NY, Judge in the back, whatever. And I normally don't wear shit with people's name on it. Fuck them. Why should I be representing them? So anyway, I get out of the elevator and I don't take more than 4 steps. If people know Caesar's Palace, you Vegas people would know. If you're by the sports, where that Forum Tower there, got that bar, that fucking Cleopatra bar there. I'm walking there and this fucking girl who was a 10 comes up to me and she's like, oh my God, I need to show you a video. I'm like, a video about what? She's like, you're a judge, right? I'm like, yeah. I mean, I'm going to say yes to anything anybody says, right? And I'm not thinking that I have the shirt on. I'm thinking she thinks I'm a judge. So she's like, listen, if you vote for me, I'm like, vote for you. She's like, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I've been nominated, at the AVA Awards, and I'm up for the best ass fucking scene. And she takes out her phone. I swear to God, right hand to God. She takes out her phone and she's like this. She's like, here, what do you think? Look at this. How about me? I look like a fucking mean dude. That's a mean looking dude right there, right? You don't fuck with this guy. Anyway, so she takes out her phone and she shows me this like 3-minute clip of like 3 guys banging her in the ass. And he's like, hey, my name is like, whatever porn names are, Candy or fucking Savannah or whatever. Hey, would you vote for me? And I'm like, of course I'd vote for you. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, I'm going to remember that name and I'm going to do it. Take 4 more steps. And the other girl comes up to me and is like, oh my God. And then like within minutes, everybody thinks I'm a fucking judge at the AVA adult film thing. And I'm like, So this girl, I am telling you, was a fucking 12 on a scale of 1 to 10. She says, I'm in the, I'm one of the finalists for the best blowjob scene. So I said, really? She's like, hey, I really appreciate your vote. Shows me takes out her phone, shows me. And I said, it's definitely, it's definitely going to be considered a vote. So there's only one problem. So what's the problem? I said, I was born and raised in Missouri. And here where I live in Missouri, you got to fucking show me. Ask me if she came up to that fucking room and I copped a Billy Joel from this girl who thought I was a fucking judge. Of course, I had to check out the next day and stay at fucking Flamingo, but hey, price you pay, right? That fucking Aaron Judge shirt hooked me up big time. Because I wasn't scoring them at my age, like when you're like 52, at that time 53, 54, you're not scoring dime pieces like that anymore. I'm not saying I didn't bang my share of decent girls in my life, but not like that. But I was very creative. Now my son, he would say, no, I'm really not a judge, and I think women are treated very unfairly in the adult film industry. The shirt I'm wearing is Aaron Judge. He's a legend. He's somebody right now, or if it was today, he'd say he's actually trying to break the record of the home run record for Roger Maris. Are you familiar with that? And meanwhile, this girl will be already fucking 20 feet away from him because he don't know how to close. He wouldn't know how to do that. He wouldn't know how to say anything like that. And you would think with a father like me, he would be fucking well trained. He'd be like, he would know this shit. He knows nothing. He knows nothing. I mean, he knows computers and fucking how to fucking defrag and how to fucking how to do a video about shit that he knew nothing about until I fucking taught him. And I'm embarrassed that I taught him. But anyway, we've covered the jokes. We've covered the AVA. Half of you guys have done the plunger. Something I want to touch base with, baseball. I haven't really talked about baseball, but I made some bets, and I would like to share them with you because I'm a sharing kind of guy. Okay, you come to my house, you eat my food. No, how many times do you want me to tell a fat flap story? All right, P, I can't keep telling it. I know it's a funny story, but I mean, everybody has heard the fat flap story. Can't keep doing it. I got to give you stories that you didn't hear, but it was good. Maybe I'll wait a few months then bring it back. All right, so baseball. Here's what I did, and I don't want everybody to say, "Oh, fucking, he's chalky, he's this, he's that," but it doesn't take a rocket science to figure that the Dodgers are the best team in baseball. I mean, I think we know it. But I was listening to something. They were talking about the Braves when they're playing the Mets on the other day, and they said, "Well, if the Braves win, they have to play a 3-game series, a wild card game, and then go play the Dodgers." So I'm saying to myself, okay, they got to fucking play a 3-game series, use their best pitchers, then go play the Dodgers who'll be well rested. I mean, I don't think anybody. Hey, Joey, what's up, buddy? You just missed a couple of good stories, but you could rewind. Be kind, rewind. So I'm saying to myself, man, you don't want to play the Dodgers after you just used your fucking best 3 pitchers just to face them. I'm not sold on the Mets. No, Phillies or Milwaukee. I don't know who's going to beat them. I don't know who would beat them. So I get plus 143 for 20,000, the Dodgers to win the pennant, just to win the pennant. I can get the Dodgers at plus 292 to win the whole thing. I'm getting the best team in fucking baseball to win the whole thing. So why wouldn't I do it? If I lose, I lose. I mean, look, if I lose, I lose. I'm one of them people. Hey, if I lose, I lose. Fuck it. I'm not gonna come up with any stories. Joey's not gonna like this, but he knows it, which is great. I'm a Yankee fan. I wore an Average Judge shirt. Got a blowjob for wearing one from a porn star, which makes me a big Yankee fan. But I like money too. You know how a guy likes money? When he doesn't have a wallet. He doesn't have a wallet, and he keeps these at hands at all time. Now, motherfucker, you go to somebody's house and he's got a bag of rubber bands. That motherfucker's got cash. Got to put the money in a rubber band. Can't do it. Wallets are for fucking people like my son. So Joey, maybe you could help me with this one. So, as much as I want to see the Yankees win, the Astros are their fucking kryptonite for some strange reason. And I don't know, the Astros are really fucking good. I don't know if you're ever going to get the good Yankees or the bad Yankees. I don't know. I mean, I see them sweat games out, fucking 8-6. I see them lose games 2-0. It's just really, really tough. I think the Astros are the best team in the American League. I see no reason why I don't face the Dodgers in the World Series. I can get the Astros to win the pennant for plus 143. Now, I didn't pull the trigger on that yet because I think based on odds, I could probably get better numbers individually betting them or series betting them, because I think if they do face the Yankees, which they probably will, that Yankees will take money, and I could probably get better odds that way. But I think it's the Dodgers. I really think it's the Dodgers. I don't think there's, I know what you guys are doing. You're trying to find a way. You're trying to find a way where to make a case for other teams. And I've told you this, guys, from the first day I did these videos. If you're trying to make a case for a team to win, then you don't think they're going to fucking win, because you're trying to make a case for them to win. If you don't already have the case, or you don't say, you know what, they're going to win because of this, then it's not a good bet. So going into this weekend, here's what we got on tap. Whip It Out Wednesday comes out Wednesday, and lo and behold, we have a Wednesday football game. SMU, otherwise known as Southern Methodist University, but we call them SMU because that's how it sounds. SMU. Playing Central Florida, Thursday, Colts, Denver, and Thursday Night Football. 4 games in college on Friday. Saturday, there's just fucking a boatload of games. A lot of games, the teams that I follow. This was going to be the week that I was going to stay really, really low. Maybe come out with 1 or 2 games. I can't eliminate. I got like 9 games, and I can't find one I want to eliminate. I had 12. I was pissed off. I got rid of 3 of them. That's obviously from Wednesday through Sunday, but it's going to be real. It's going to be real tough. All right. Let me just go back to some of these things. Robbie, like the Braves. I mean, Robert, I'm not saying the Braves are bad. It's a good. They're a good team, but I mean, man, they're gonna have to go ways to beat the Dodgers, don't you think? We have new people in here. That's because of me, Terry. Terry, that's because of me. We have new people in here. Okay? How about a little fucking thank you? Peter's here. How you doing? Thanks for the winning picks. Weekend. Appreciate it. Let's do it again this week. We are. I think we're going to have a pretty good weekend, Peter, to be honest with you. And if I think we're going to have a bad weekend, I'll be fucking more than happy to tell you. Because, I mean, I'm not... Where's the guy to ask me about the roulette system? The only thing I can tell you about roulette is, and I've noticed this from doing it for a long time. First thing, I used to be... My dad, actually, used to be a professional roulette cheat, and he taught me how to do it. And it's a... It can work, it can work a couple times. You can cheat one time in roulette if you ever want to make money playing roulette. You can cheat one time and make $3,500 real easy. I shouldn't be telling you how to do this, but Daniel, yes. But here's what happens on roulette. What you want to do is you want to find a dealer who is going to give what I call a consistent spin. In other words, he's not flipping it backwards. He's not spinning it real. He's just doing. You want to find a consistent spin on the roulette wheel. So then what you do is you take the roulette wheel, and you have to know the numbers really, really good. So, and you kind of cut it into a pie. Like, you cut this in half, then kind of quarters. So what you want to do is you watch where this guy is, how he's spinning. If it's a consistent, honest spin, a lot of times it's going to land in the same area, usually on the same side. So technically, you could bet half the numbers and pretty much win most of the time because it's going to land. But you have to be so fast knowing the numbers. I know them. Haven't done it in a while. But here we go with these motherfuckers again, this chat line. So what happens is if you do that and you follow and you say, wait a minute, I'm looking at these numbers and they're all on the left side of the wheel. He spin the wheel like 20 times and there hasn't been anything towards the right. That's going to confuse people because the numbers are different, because the 2 is next to the, it's different. So it does work. If you're really good at it, you could actually get them to quarters. Now, of course, they have that little bump there, that little fucking rigid thing, that thing where it could kick that or hit one of the pieces where it doesn't go in the hole. JJ, you know about not going in the hole, right? Anyway, and then take a couple of flips and go the other way. But it's an edge. It's a pretty good edge. On the way to play roulette is crowded against the rest of the table. It's electronic. I don't play electronic roulette. I don't do anything electronic. Fuck that. That's all fucking fixed shit. But on as far as roulette goes, always look at this when you go to the roulette table. You're never going to see what I call a candy cane. In other words, when you look at the numbers that are shown, you're not going to see black, red, black, red, black, red. What you're going to see is you're going to see 3 blacks, a red, 2 blacks, 4 reds, a black, 3 red. For some strange reason, that's the way it happens. So if you can see a pattern on that, right? All you do is you walk up to the table. What was the last color that was thrown? Red. Put $100 on a red. The red comes out, play it again. Black comes, play the black. All you don't want to see is it come black, red, black, red, black, red. You want to see a streak of 2 or 3 of the same color. You'll never get hurt. You'll always make a little bit of money. I go to dealer, pull 4 blackjacks in a row out of a 6 deck. That's pretty fucking good. I can memorize the numbers, Robert. Yes, I used to do it. Like I said, my father was a fucking casino cheat. He knew everything. He was a bookmaker. Bookmakers don't really gamble, and so he'd only play when he have the edge. But one thing that he used to have some good ones. So he would do. He says, listen to me. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna walk into this fucking off the wall casino in Reno or wherever. We used to do it in all different places. I was a kid, but he was my father. I listened to anything he said. Right? Fuck, I'm not like my son. You don't listen to a fucking thing I say. So what he would do is he says buy him for like $2,000 and bet some black chips and ask for black chips. So, okay. So I buy him for $2,000 and get black chips. Meanwhile, my father's sitting there, fucking guy looks like he just came out of The Godfather, right? Buying dollar chips like you don't even know what he's fucking doing. Douses himself with fucking, he wasn't a big drinker, but with scotch, so he's pretending he's drunk. So I'm putting like $100 here and there. I can get lucky and win. It's happened, but I can make $100 bets on numbers. So in the meantime, they spin the wheel, and my father just happened to have 2 black chips in his hand. He had really big hands. So as he's holding his like yellow $1 chips and he's playing with them and moving around, that you can never see the 2 black chips in the palm of his hand. No one could ever see him. So all of a sudden they spin the wheel, and he's pretending he's not looking. It says 1 red. Takes a stack of dollar chips, puts boom, like $9 chips on number 1. Dealer says, wait a minute, you can't do that. The number was already called. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'm sorry. You no bet. No bet. The dealer takes the fucking his chips off, the dollar chips off, and then underneath it there's 2 black ones. And the lady says, whose black chips are that? I said, who's the motherfucker on the table betting black chips? What do you think whose chips they are? So take his off. Don't fuck with mine. $7,000, pay the man. Now, we used to do it for $100 at $3,500, but when you get into a bigger casino, yeah, you can pull it off. You can do it once, because then after that, the fucking eye is looking at you, but you can make a $7,000 score once. You can do it easy, or $3,500. As far as the eye in the sky thing goes, my nephew, who my son will be having, or I think had lunch with, watch football with this weekend. He used to walk the catwalk. He worked security, so he knew all that shit. And but they don't watch. They can't watch every table. At least then they couldn't. They might now, but they don't. They don't watch everything. They can't catch everything. So there'd be no way to know. So you can pull it off one time, and it's a good cheap roulette story. Anyway, I thought not homosexual. You like hockey? Yeah, I like hockey. I was a Ranger fan growing up, Joey, right? I lived like 15 minutes from the Garden, and then the Devils came, and I kind of like not adopted them, but I said, hey, it's fucking right around the corner from my house, and got to at least root for them. The then Colorado Avalanche when they moved there, and Marty Brodeur, I'd met a couple of times, and so I kind of was like, all right. But now that I'm here, how can't you like fucking Ovechkin? He's awesome. Plus, I eat at the same restaurant he eats out here. He has a tradition that he has chicken parm before every game at the same place. He's the man. I still don't think he's Gretzky. Nobody is, but he's fucking close. Astros, Red Sox, and 49ers. Okay, that's I don't think the 49ers are going to make the Super Bowl, Juanito. Um, Astros and Red Sox. I don't think the Red Sox are going to make it either because I don't think they're going to be in the playoffs. But I think you're all right with the Astros, or is that your baseball play for today? If you're betting baseball today and you're betting the Astros and Red Sox, I'll root for you. If you're betting the 49ers, I won't. We'll get to that later. What else? Casino, I got the other full jack. Can you memorize numbers? Yes, I can. Do you think online sports with casinos like bookmaker have it rigged online? Daniel, I'll be honest with you, they don't have to. There'd be no reason for them to do. I know people that won $1 million in online sports book, actually bookmaker. I know people that lost $1 million. It's their software. I forgot the name of the software. I'll know it if somebody mentions it, but it's programmed to work on, I think it's 3.6 billion hands, so it doesn't duplicate. So there can be 10 dealer busts in a row, or there could be 10 dealer 20s in a row. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter the size of your bet. Casinos don't make money. Players lose money. Bookies don't make money. Players lose money. Guys go 7-3 and lose money because the 7 games they bet are $100 each, and 3 games they lose are $500 each. It's called being a fucking idiot, and it's also called that they're making the choices. The casino don't have to make choices. Carlos, you want to talk about Monday Night Football and the Rams? Okay, we'll talk about Monday Night Football and the Rams. Here's what I think about the game tonight. And I always do this when there's a game that you look at and you say, there's probably a chance I might not even bet this game. Then you ask yourself, coin flip situation, possibly. But Frisco has not been impressive. I mean, they got a couple of losses, and I think we've capitalized on their losses. I got the better quarterback. I probably got the better coach. I got the most talent. I got more big play playmakers on the Rams. I could play the first half and get a half a point, and that game could end in a tie, or the Rams could win. I got 2 ways to win that game. If it ends in a tie, or the Rams winning, or the Rams winning, or the game ends in a tie and I win. And only one way to lose is if they don't. The Rams are a better team. You want to give me a half a point in the first half, I will take it. As far as the game goes, like I say, I think you're getting the better team here. Now again, that doesn't necessarily mean much when you're betting, but I'm a firm believer in if I'm putting my money down, I want to go down with the best chances that I have, and I think I'll take the better team here and hope. A quick example: I answered this question to someone the other day. If the Rams play their best game and the 49ers play their best game tonight, the Rams win the game. If the Rams play like shit and the 49ers play like shit, the Rams win the game. So the only difference in this game is San Francisco is going to have to play a little bit better, and the Rams are going to have to play a little worse. If that's the case, then as Fisher, the 49ers will win. But I'm not gonna take that chance. 49ers have a better defense. Okay, fine. I'll buy that. Maybe. They got a pretty good defense. Joe, 84% love the Rams. Everyone loves the Rams. 84% of money on the Rams. I'm going to leave that one alone, Joey, because we'll get into a fight if I start talking about that 84% stuff. So I'm going to leave that be. There's a bookie right now in Clifton, New Jersey. He's got 63.7% money on the 49ers. There's a bookie in Des Moines, Iowa. He's got 71.3% of his money on the Rams. There's a bookie in Boise, Montana, who's got 53.7% money on the 49ers. Who the fuck knows, and why would they tell the truth? Why? Hey, I'm a bookie. Guess what? This is so-and-so from the MGM. You know what? 84% of our money is on this, but that's mostly square money. But the sharp people are betting this. So if you're smart, you'd bet the sharps and come here and lay the extra fucking half point that you shouldn't be laying in the first place and bet this game. Go jerk my cock. That's fucking bullshit. But yeah, people buy it. People buy it. 49ers are 111 against the spread as small home favorites. Danny, that's a nice stab. Doesn't mean nothing to me because, in 12 games, different personnel. I'm not a big guy like that. You could tell my son, he'd like that shit. Samuel B. Ramsey's going to have a great day for Samuel. Ramsey's going to be a great day for Samuel. Look, you guys are right. I'm not telling you to sell your house on it. I'm here giving a Monday night pick because I'm giving it. If you go to my member section, I don't think there's a pick on the game. I didn't send one out. If I gun to my head, I bet it under, Mike. Like I said, but again, I think members don't even have this game tonight. I didn't use it. I didn't bet it. If I had to, I would bet the Rams. So again, I'm here because you guys want opinions. I'm giving it. They don't tell you which books. It's all bullshit. Well, but Bruce, the thing is, it's always been bullshit. There's no upside to telling. Like I told you, there's no upside to putting a cheat sheet on a fucking blackjack table to tell people how to win. This is the dumbest fucking thing in the world. Hey guys, I know you guys can't win in the casino, but what we're going to do is we're going to provide a way where you can play. You can play. Exactly by the book, the way you're supposed to play, and we're here to help you win. Sure you are. That's exactly why you're here. That's exactly why it's here. Not the case. Mr. Hernandez, I agree with you. Dodgers look like they can do it. Sports Keg, I said this yesterday, unless there is a true aggregate of every book worth and salt, you have no idea where the money actually is. Keg, funny story. I was in Vegas and I was at the window and I was busting this fucking balls. I was busting balls there at Caesars, and I had made a bet, and the guy said, I'm shocked you bet this game. And I said, really? Why is that? It's like because the sharps are on the other side. He said, really? Scared? And I said, well, how do you know? He said, well, we just know. I said, do these people come in with shirts saying I'm a sharp? Or should I come in the shirt saying, oh, I'm a square? Like, how do you know? Does a square have long hair or short? Does he have a big dick or a little dick? Does he eat, is he vegan? How the fuck do you know who's a sharp and who's a square? You know how you know? Who fucking cashes tickets? Who's cashing tickets on a weekly basis? Who's making money on a weekly basis? These fucking titles, they drive me nuts. Yeah, that's all the smart guys are on. No. You know who the smart guys are? The smart guys are taking the bets, not betting them. The smart guys are the ones that are spot playing games, utilizing and taking advantage of lines that can benefit them. They're taking 50-50 propositions that are actually 60. They're taking 60-40 opportunities and 50-50 propositions. That's the way you win at gambling, not by figuring all this other bullshit out. It means absolutely nothing. It means nothing. But again, we have to have something to talk about. So let's talk about that person behind the curtain at Oz. It's got to be somebody. It's got to be special. The great Oz. Who is he? He makes many things happen. He could send Dorothy back to Kansas after he fucks her in the ass. This is what we want to believe. We want to believe in boogeymen. Why? It scares us, and we like to be scared. Has to be a boogeyman. Teddy Curvo always says the wise guys are on XYZ. Teddy Covers could take in his fucking tonsils. The biggest fucking loser on the face of this earth. Okay, that guy, trust me, he's fucking short money to get to a buffet. He's been saying the same shit for on and on. Billy Walters is Oz. Okay, had to do some time to be Oz, but hey, I guess fuck, we all have to. So sooner or later, ball busting Factsman for pastime. I know, I'm cool with it. I just want to be able to tell you how I feel about stuff. I'm not gonna. So let me tell you a story about Dave Culkin, Robert. I know Dave a long time. He's really a good friend of mine. He's smoking Dave Culkin is not from being hot. It's from he smokes like a fucking chimney. But anyway, somebody in my forum asked me a question about Dave Culkin, and they said, they said, Facts, I think I seen you in a video, or I think you did something at Don Best with Dave Koken. What kind of guy is he? I said, Dave's a good guy. He's all right. I said, he's I know him. I said, no. What happened was, I said something like that, and then on Twitter, somebody went onto my Twitter account and said, "How are you defending Dave Koken?" And so, and I just, I don't know, he's okay. I mean, I know him. I mean, he's a pretty good baseball handicapper. I didn't know that. But anyway, I never used to do Twitter. I still don't do it. I mean, I'm doing it now, like just a little bit. But I always had somebody. I always had somebody do my Twitter accounts. Like, well, I'd say, look, just here's my Twitter, here's my password. Just type fucking anything. I don't care. Somebody asks me a question, answer it for me because I don't got time for it. So he types in. He says, "Yeah, Koken's okay, but the problem is a little sketchy." And fucking Koken calls me. And he says, "Joey, I thought we were friends." And I said, "We are friends. Dave, what's going on?" He said, "I just read on Twitter that you said that I was fucking sketchy." I said, "Dave, I would never say something like that." And he's like, "Well, yeah, you did." And then he fucking cut and pasted the thing that I called him sketchy. And I said, "No, it wasn't me who did it." So I had to throw my ghost writer, or my ghost Twitter guy under the bus, and he still busts my balls from it. But I would never say it anyway. Culkin's good on the radio. I've been on the radio with Culkin. Look, I know these handicappers get bad raps, and a lot of them do, but here's the thing, the problem, and I know because I wore that suit. I'm glad I don't anymore. It was a long time ago, but it's hard to tell people, or it's hard to express to people you're really, really good. That you're really, really good without having to pound your chest. So there is, it's a lot of the salesmanship has to be really hardcore. So it's really hard that way. Are the cappers free play stronger than paid picks? What's your opinion on free plays? Would you think free plays are the cappers best? Ryan, it's putting a crumb on the door so people come in and get the loaf of bread. I don't know if they're any better or any worse. You would think if that was the case, you'd want to have your free plays be good so people would pay you, right? Wouldn't you think that? Question called pregame. You ever heard of a capper called the Eye? I have not. I almost stabbed fucking RJ Bell in the eye at dinner once, but that's as far as I can go. I think I told that story. We go out for dinner because remember when RJ Bell first got started, he knew nothing about handicapping or forums. I was the guy he called and said, "Listen, I want to start a handicapping service, and you're a pioneer. How do I do it?" So there's no fucking pregame. He was just a guy named Randy that I knew, and I told him, if you want, I thought here was what I told him. So you got two options. I said, you want to run a service long term, make a lot of money, do it the right way. I'll show you. I'll give you the playbook. If you want to take people's eyes out and fucking, I'll give you every scam in the fucking world to pull. I'll give you both fucking choices. Do what you want. So yeah, I mean, I knew him as Randy. Him and Johnny Detroit were partners. Johnny asked me to step out and talk to this guy. I never knew who RJ Bell was. And next thing you know, it's RJ Bell. And I think he fucked Johnny. Me and Johnny were close. We vacationed together. Gianni the Greek, I know from Vegas Runner. I know him as John because I know him. People might have bad things to say about him from a personal level. Like I told you guys before, when he got married to his wife, I comped his wedding in the Bahamas. So like all these guys that you guys like, Jim Feist and I mean, we're close. We don't do the same things, but early on, like in the 80s, we were there was a few of us. There wasn't many, So we got to know each other through all the years, and we watched the changes that go on in this business. Dave Hogan, my fellow RJ hero, him and Rocco Baldelli. Okay. Oh, we were talking about look up Greek at pregame with Bell. I know the story. I've talked to him. John got a raw deal there. It's a bottom line, but that's not for me to say. It's evidently over with. But again, it's if you're choosing a handicapper is like choosing a wife. If you choose the wrong one, they're both going to break you. Okay, if I never got how people follow 6 or 7 handicappers. Like if you people are betting my games and you're betting other people's games, you're out of your fucking mind. I'm not telling you to bet mine. Fuck, you probably shouldn't. So but if you're following a bunch of people, some are gonna be good, some are gonna be bad. What handicapper was the best in your eyes all time? And do you wager on soccer? I wager a lot of money on soccer. I had a really big bet today on the Leicester game. So I do bet a lot. Who was the best handicapper in my eyes? I don't know. It's hard to say. The best handicapper that there is out there, you don't know him. I used to say I was. I used to say I was the best handicapper because I never knew anybody that lasted as long as me and that was able to do things that I did. I don't, I don't know about. I'm not the best handicapper. I'm kind of joking, but the the best handicapper. I can mention 5 names to you. You've never heard of each one of them. You know why? They don't want to be known. Best handicappers aren't fucking giving free plays or telling people what to bet on. They're very quiet. They're mild mannered. They know exactly what they're doing. They're moving money the right amounts, the right locations at the right time, and they stay under the radar. They stay under the radar. So the best handicapper in the world, you don't know. I might, but you don't. So it's just one of them things that you always hear stories about some of the names that people mention or whatever, like, oh, this guy's good, he's not good. JJ's the best. I will say this: my son's a douchebag, but he's a pretty good handicapper. I will say that he out of anybody that I know, I think he's up there. I follow Joey in baseball, and it's either I am the luckiest person in the world because every time I seem to watch his videos, he wins, or I am or he's not good. And I'm just it's like but here's the thing: a guy like Joey. This is what I always said: win, lose, or draw. Don't care what his record is. Somebody says, well, you know what? He's 50%. Doesn't matter. He puts in the work, and if he's putting in the work, good things will happen to people that put in the work. So if he has a bad day or a bad week or a bad month, that doesn't mean a fucking thing to me. The fact that results will show. And even my son, okay, he's an asshole. And, thinks he's the smartest person in the world sometimes. He's not smarter than me. He thinks he is, but he's not. He's not even close. He couldn't make a pimple on my ass. But he puts in the work, and I respect that from him. The problem is he doesn't listen sometimes. Sometimes he's got to, people in this industry and you guys out there, and this is actually going longer than I thought for a Monday because I'm just talking. When you learn to swallow your handicapping pride, when you do that, you'll be successful. I've done it. I do it. If someone is doing really, really well in soccer in Australia, and it's somebody I know, and it's somebody I can prove that's betting big money or good money. It doesn't have to be big money. It could be just, it could actually just be money that could be a nickel a game. But if he's constantly winning and he's doing something, he's doing his homework and he's winning, I'll swallow my pride and follow him. The facts, people pay. You've made millions of dollars in the gambling industry. You'd actually follow someone else's picks? Sure, I would. Told Joe the other day, I followed his baseball game. I thanked him for it. I sent Keg an email, asking him, hey, some racing or UFC, whatever, you got it, or I don't know nothing about DFS. But if you ever have anything my way, let me know. Richie, Joey Work, Factsman, JJ, Scott, Rissenbach. Not in that fucking order, Richie. Come on. Okay, not in that fucking order. Don't do me dirty and put me second. Don't you do that, Richie. But yeah, it's a good list. I don't know who Scott Richenbach is, but he's got Rich in his name, so he might not be bad. Could you imagine if me and my son ever got fucking a network TV gig working together, like on fucking some like X-rated or like cable network where we could say anything we want? I told my son this one time, and he got kind of mad at me. I said, I got I got when Mad Dog Radio, I don't know if it's still there, but I remember when Mad Dog Radio was out there. Somebody, I guess one of the producers were out there and said, "Hey, we'd like to do a song with you and your son, a show with you and your son on Sirius or XM, whatever that fucking shit is called." And I said, "Not a fucking chance." So I was like, "Why not?" So, I mean, be a really good show, you know. And I said, "It's not something that I would do." And me and my son would be at each other's throats. You know, he'd want to do it because he's the only one wants to get involved in that. But he's in a good spot where he is here, and you know, I was kind of not doing anything at the time, didn't want to get into it. But I would think that we would do a good show, me and him. I would think, you know, if they let us say what we want. Wait, I'm sorry. If he lets me say what I want, bad analogy. I do watch Baywatch on mute. So yeah, speaking of which, my wife called me jerking off watching Baywatch on mute one day, and I have to be the only guy in the world who gets caught jerking off more than anybody. Like my grandmother, like crazy stuff. But my fucking wife always catches me. I don't know how. She's never home. She's in fucking Europe now for 10 days. She just came back from fucking Asia. She's never home. And it's not like I jerk off all the time. But one day, I'll never forget this. I was in my forum, spending most of doing some work in the forum, and Backwater remembers the forum. You know, a lot of you guys do. It was a fun fucking forum, and it's sad that it's gone. Well, anyway, she comes home and she yells downstairs. She's like, "What'd you do all day today?" I said, "No, I was just hanging out, you know, watching the forum." And she's like, "I said, all you do?" And I said, "I was watching the forum, you know, like the reading notes." She says, "You were watching porn all day?" I said, "Not porn, forum." So I think you said porn. And I'm like, and by the way, even if I was, what are you, the fucking jerk off police? You leave the house, what I gotta do, fucking tape my hands or wear gloves? Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, you're right. Good old days. That's no question about it. We're just taking negative energy. Sometimes I ask, did you bet that or adult people around me want? I don't know. You know, some people ask me if I was superstitious. I said, no, it's bad luck to be superstitious. So I'm not. Ozzy's pick is what you were watching. Ozzy's picks, yeah. People that don't know Ozzy, I got to contact him and get him in here. He's the man. He's my right-hand man for years and the best man at my wedding. Very close friend of mine. Anyway, no, poor Sharon. Fucking sneaking up on me. Yeah, Steve, I'm telling you, Fish, I'm calling him Steve Fisher because of the coach. Mr. Fisher, I'm telling you, she's the fucking jerk-off police. 120. Samantha, is that you? Are you done? No, come in and say hello. No. Get in here. Just JJ's on. He's busting balls. No. Come on, I'm not saying anything bad. I promise I won't curse. No potty words. You don't want to? No. All right. Then get out of here before I give you a cranking. I'll cook dinner in a minute. I'm not an ordinary guy. You know you're the man. I'm just bullshitting. Stop. I'm kidding. Do you bet NFL divisions? Any underdogs you're interested in? I don't know. I'm not a big guy as far as tying money up for like division stuff. I'm not a big future guy. Great question, Bruce. Yes, I do. Know him very well. Very well. He should have took the 15 years, Bruce. He'd have been out by now. The old man wouldn't let him take the deal. And he's dead, and the little guy's still in there. Crazy, right? But that's impressive that you know him. So that means I must know you. Anyway, that's a weird one. That's a blast from the past. What else? Cranking. Do you bet NFL divisions? No. I don't know. I think we did an hour. Yeah, it's 58 minutes. It's just kind of me talking. This is what the Monday shows probably should be about anyway, because there's really not much going on. Look, if you're going to bet the Rams tonight, I mean, I shouldn't say if you're going to bet the Rams because I didn't bet them. I might, you know, depending on, I don't know. I might do it if I'm awake or if there's, you know, if Baywatch is not on, you know. So Wednesday, we'll start breaking down early leans. We'll get the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday stuff out there for you guys. Maybe even put together an early teaser. Yeah, first half Rams plus half is the way I would lean if I had to. But yeah, I think that's probably a good pick. And listen, guys, tell your friends again. Tell your friends about the show. I have not, and it's probably my fault. And unless somebody pays me a shitload of money, I will go to the Sports Forum Picks members, which were thousands, and just shoot over an email and say, "Hey, I'm here," whatever. But a lot of them are fucking they're trolls, and I don't were, so I can probably get 10,000 views here if I send out an email, but it's not something I really want right now. And I know Bruce had mentioned, hey, shills. I don't do that shit anymore. I really don't need it. This is the guys that run this place seem like real legitimate guys, and it's helping my son out, and it's helping the people here I got to know a little bit. I'm all for it. It's not a big deal. I enjoy doing it and spend some time with you guys. But right now, my daughter's got to actually go to have dinner and go to choir practice. That's why I'm doing the show early. Oh shit, she's gonna be late for choir. Yeah, so send some, even when the show is over, messages are great. Let me know. I answered a few of them. So a lot of times if I have time, I'll answer any questions you guys might have. So let's do that. In on an hour and 30 seconds. So that's it. See you Wednesday. What time? 5? Yeah, we're live at 5. Okay, good. Hopefully my son does not think that he fucked up not coming here, that he's going to show up Wednesday, because you could now know that how smooth and how cool the show is without him. Seriously, right? No fucking headaches, gamble stories, pussy stories, jerking off stories, talking about football. This has been great. You've been in Colombia and wager and found you on this. I was a sponsor for you for a while. Glad I found you on this. Okay. Oh, that's great. Michael, your name sounds familiar, but if you were a sponsor, that's good. It means you pay. I bet he's been to Costa Rica about 35 times, Daniel. I probably used to go fucking once a month for years. Yeah, a lot of times in Costa Rica. So yeah, I've been to the Del Rey, if you're going to ask the next question. Once. Okay. All right. Have a great one, guys. And enjoy the football game tonight. And have a great day. Good luck. And as always, go fuck yourself. I'm ending the broadcast on that note, like I always do.